Hey y'all, it's Jess from Hobby Jobby Creations, and today, since my machine cannot handle certain design sizes due to my hoop, we're gonna hoop it differently so that it works. So today we are hooping a t-shirt sideways. So this is the design that I want to use, and obviously he's not gonna fit in my hoop this way. So I have decided to rotate him so that he will fit this way. Now, it is a tight squeeze, so if I need to, I will adjust the size on the machine to be, you know, a couple percent smaller, maybe if I need to, just to make sure that we're not going to hit these edges and break my presser feet. So now I'm going to take the garment to the machine, and this is where it's going to get kind of weird. Okay, so on my machine, as you can see, I have rotated the image so that it is within my embroidery space. So if it had been straight up and down, it would show you, oops. If I had it straight up and down, it would be, the box would be red and it would be out of my design space. So that is why I have rotated it in the direction that I'm going to rotate my shirt. And now it's still centered, it is just in there. And then if I need to, I will adjust these percentages, both of them, to the exact same percent every time. And if it's gonna hit these edges or something like that, I'm gonna bring it in just a little bit, and so that I don't distort the image, I'm going to do both percentages. Otherwise, if you just don't want it to hit either of these edges or either of these edges, you just adjust one or the other. But I would only adjust it usually about 3 to 5%. So I usually either hit it, I usually either type in 97 or 95 on each of these to bring it down just a little bit. Okay, so with the garment turned to the proper side, I'm going to start to put it on the machine, but not fully, because what I want to do, and people who have flatbed machines, y'all are going to be super familiar with doing stuff like this, because this is how I used to have to get along before. All right, so I'm just going to pull that shirt up to where that arm can get inside of the garment, and then I'm just going to pull the shirt. Well, first I'll probably just put it back so I can actually get the shirt underneath the needles. There we go. So now I've pulled the shirt to the back. And so, of course, I'm going to babysit the mess out of this bad boy to make sure that the shirt is not caught by the arm underneath here. So I just don't want the shirt to slide up under there, and then we stitch the back of the shirt to the front of the shirt, and then the shirt's destroyed, and then the customer is not happy because this is her shirt, not my shirt. So I don't want to destroy it. I mean, I could order another one, but I don't want her to wait. Okay. So now we are going to make sure that the image is within our bounds. So we're going to trace out the hoop, and let's see. He's cutting it close on that side, but let's see where we're at. Oof. Yeah. Okay, so no matter which way I move him, he's not fitting. So that's when we are going to shrink the image just a little bit. Guys, no matter what I do, he's gonna hit either one of these sides. I am going to actually just, since I'm fine this way, and I don't think it's really gonna mess up the image that bad. I know I said I was gonna do both, but I'm just gonna shrink these top two edges. So we're going to come back over here. I've got to take it out of embroidery status. And then we are going to come here. All right. And since it is the Y that is too long for the image, we're going to shorten him. So you have to press clear or else it's going to do weird stuff. I think I'm just going to go full send at 95%. Hopefully that's enough, because I really don't want to have to do, and then so like you watch this image, it'll shrink a little bit. See, so he came in just a little bit, and so the D still looks like a D, everybody's still together, We're just gonna have a little bit more space on these two ends here. So we're gonna put him back there, and then I'm gonna recenter him. So, right. Okay, so now he's fitting, but he is just super close to these edges here. So I'm going to check out, instead of doing this, because this always does a little bit outside the embroidery space, I'm gonna do this one, which is going to tell me exactly where the stitches are going to go. And so that's gonna let me know whether he really can fit or not. It's a much slower process, but it's gonna let you know exactly where he needs to go. All right, now he's gonna be tight, but it's just like when your gas needle goes down to E and you've been driving on it like that for a while and you're like, I know my car, I know my machine. All right, so right now I've got the garment folded up, much like we are used to doing on these flatbed machines. I've got him folded up on each end. I'm just going to keep a close eye on him to make sure that garment doesn't ever flip down. It's very hard to fit clips and stuff in here, so I just want to make sure the garment don't flip into it or under it. We're at this point on the machine, and I've got the tack down stitch on my sequins. Do I want to take him off the machine to trim him? No, I don't, because I don't want to fight with him again. However, for the sake of showing y'all, you know, that the work can be done or what have you, we're gonna take him off and then we'll put him back on when I'm done. So he's staying pretty crimped into that position. Hopefully we can keep him there, but let's get him trimmed up. All right, we're all trimmed up and we're gonna put him back on the machine. He fought me a little more getting him back on there than he did the first time, but he's on there now. We're just gonna keep an eye out. It looks really good. I'm excited about it. Also, these hoop works, if you're ever struggling with these, I just take a little bit of water, don't judge my multi-purpose dusty microfiber cloth, and then I just do like that. It's hard to do with one hand without gripping the shirt, but that moisture is just gonna make that shirt go right back the way it needs to, and it gets rid of those lines. And then of course I'm gonna press it a little bit too on the back to get this adhesive on the back of this fabric to adhere, and just to make everything look a little more crisp. And there she is, hooped sideways. Looks great, came out perfect. So, in case anybody needs to know.